So, as people are coming in, please find your spot in this place. Just curious, who's sitting at the exact same spot as before? Please raise your hand. There's quite a few. Who's sitting at a different spot? Yes, changing habits. Um, just to start off with, everybody was separated in different sub-sessions. If there's one tiny bit of information or an insight that you got from a sub-session, like in one sentence, who wants to share something? What you heard, what you saw? Otherwise, I just see. What is your sentence?
Okay, I'll be the victim for today.
One sentence.
There is way too little daylight in here.
There is a way too
little daylight in here.
Including here. Yeah, that's a good one. Another sentence, I'll ask you. What's your sentence of the sub-session? Ooh. Yeah, you didn't expect this.
Well, the best message I got at the end of the session was that we can make a lot of daylight also with Bang in Holland.
We can make a lot of daylight with Bang, with the building.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes you think it's difficult, but the experts told us that it can be done.
That's nice. That's good. Okay, let's move on. We are here now for an international guest. He's not here with us in real life, but we'll have him on the screen shortly, from China. So we'll have him first, like let's say 20-25 minutes. After that, we will go to the Active House Awards, presented by Marco Imperadori. Some of you might know him already, but in a moment we will see him on the stage presenting the awards ceremony. And after that, we will go to the launch of Active House UK. And then, to close off this afternoon, we will have breakout sessions at the end of the afternoon to really dive deep again, closing off with some drinks afterwards. All good? Yeah? All right. He's from China. He's a director of Sub Atelier. He's also a professor of the School of Architecture at Tsinghua University in Beijing. He is really focused on holistic design thinking, and his designs have received numerous awards, honors, so he's a really great honor for us to have him here digitally with us. His name is Song Ye Hao.
Okay. Hi. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for invitation.
You've got about 20 minutes, so please take it away, and afterwards we will have room for questions from the audience. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yes, so I already shared my screen. Can you see that? Oh. Yes? Okay, a little bit slow. Okay, I got it. I know the time difference. So today's topic is about looking for some active house for all in the future. We got some 3 types of projects following all the principles of active house. Yes, but you know the budget for different projects differs a lot. So what can we do with that? The first type is very low budget project. Yeah, mainly, or around 350 US dollars per square meter. And with bamboo, we got the opportunity to try a lot more projects with bamboo to fulfill the demand of local people. And very interesting, in Asian China, sometimes we do not need envelope, not at all. So some activities or behaviors could be happening just on the roof. And even in winter, you can say that even in winter with snow, people can still have some activities just in a pavilion. And also we all towards kind of carbon neutral future. In China, we got to go to meet the demands of carbon neutral in the year 2060. But now you can say it's quite a lot, even per capita. So that embodied energy is quite important for architects to think of what to use for as construction materials. Bamboo is for sure one of them, one of the best, just like timber. And also some of the regions in China, we have a long time in a year for could endure outdoor activity. So we got the bamboo project for village lounge in Anhui province, for local people, for public, and for the villagers themselves. They are not only the owners of the project, but also the users of that, and also constructor of that. Yeah, that's the project with bamboo. And then we tried to do something with cut the edge design digital technology to challenge the boundary of bamboo. And we just have kind of structure system with bamboo, adaptive and lightweighted structure system. In winter and for children. And also a pavilion, the same light structure system we invented or created with a span of maximum 20 meters and the height almost 20 meters. So it's not a small space, actually. It's kind of huge. Yeah, could be a lot more activities could be happening, and also for kids, for children. And I will say some more words on a particular project called Tea Market in Fujian. The same, we got a very possibility to have kind of outdoor activities, so we do not need envelope. For sure, we got a low budget, so we just cover it, get against the rainwater, and to pretend people from the sunshine or something. That's in Fujian. And we try to have concept to serve the people in the radius no more than 20 kilometers. And also we have the materials locally. And we also have a lot more resources like the rammed earth. Fujian province is one of the province that rammed earth buildings are quite prevailing. And we also have this kind of traditional Chinese timber bridge, which also encouraged us to do something new and something different with bamboo. So vernacular elements, rammed earth, and abandoned timber, we just collected and reclaimed. And also broken stone, abandoned, we just make it to use again in the project to keep the budget lower as it could be. So we got life cycle material treatment for the carbon emission, and we got the local people working for themselves. Yeah, that's the watered bamboo. And that's some detailing, the architecture's language. And also some traditional craftsmanship for the stone base and also for rammed earth. We got 2 local people in 2 days, 1 piece of wall could be finished. And with traditional tools. And also they were working for themselves. That's the water timber bridge, just 10 kilometers away from the construction site. That's kind of, yeah, the nearby bridge. And we also have in Song Dynasty, almost 1,000 years ago, we have a very famous traditional Chinese painting describing that time's capital city Kaifeng, the prosperous and all the things. But one particular point for us is the Rainbow Bridge here with timber. Could we do something? Also, the Leonardo da Vinci also have kind of research on that. Could we do something with the rainbow timber bridge and together with water timber bridge? One thing differs is we are using bamboo instead of timber, and it's not bridge anymore. It's just a cover over the top. So we do the research on that, and we do the calculation, and we do the detailings, and we do a lot more things together with local people. Yeah, that's the drawings. That's under construction. To the left is the watered timber, and then bamboo, the rainbow bamboo roof. And we do the experiment for sure. And one-to-one mock-up. And gradually, it's quite fast, you know. Not only the embodied energy for bamboo is quite low, but also the period of construction is not so long, much shorter than conventional structural system like concrete or steel or even timber. Yeah, that's the ramped earth. We got the timber inside of that to hang something in the future. Yeah, that's under construction. That's the research for that, and under construction and finished. So users for local people. Each and every vernacular project for us, for villagers, we try to make it multifunctional. Yeah, because it's not easy for them to have this money for something, to build something. So the more the better. Yeah, so could be a feast, could be a trade market, could be for a village banquet, or even for movie night. The more the better. So the movie night could be something like this. Could be a grocery, could be a tea house. Yes, that's the feast of the village. Yeah, they have the year one in the day. One day they will have this kind of a feast, and each and every family will cook something and have all the neighbors or villagers to share their food. So they got a new place venue for them. That's detailing. That's local people and workers. And the timber here, reclaimed timber, we make it for the landscaping, for lighting. Very adequate, more than adequate. And for natural ventilation, the north wall, the ramped earth wall, will block the north cold wind, and the south wind could go through the building. Yeah, that's the opening, and that's landscaping with reclaimed timber, and also the broken stone plate made it for a terrazzo floor ground. You can tell it's quite cheap. We got snow one day this year. It's quite strange because seldom will snow there. That's in the night. Another project I want to show very briefly is about a indoor playground with budget not very high. It's only $430 per square meter, and in Yueyang, also along the Yangtze River, it's something like that. We got adequate natural lighting, and also we just make a chimney effect to do something for natural ventilation to take the overheated air outside of the building to keep the inside indoor relatively cool. Yeah, that's it. And also we do a lot more research on the structure system because could be some safe place for the school in case of earthquake or whatever. And that's yeah, pupils are playing in their PE lessons. We got the inlet, you can see the lower inlet, we got the higher outlet to make it possible for chimney effect. Not only lighting, but also natural ventilation combined together. Reflection. And also we do, that's the outlet, you can see that, the detailing for this and the inlet. Oh, that's a diagram to show the ventilation and lighting. And also with some, we will do a lot more measurement for that. We got more than enough for lighting and also for DF requirement and also for the distribution. Because most of the PE lessons in China in middle school are in the afternoon. So we have the roof window towards east so that in the afternoon we do not have the glare. And one of the most expensive project here, yeah, that's an exhibition hall with an earth sheltered and also with the roof window and with also the simplified the shape, the minimum the shape to have the minimized energy exchange. The functions for exhibition, and we got the landscape together, earth sheltered, and we have the circulation based on traditional Chinese gardening. So we have the strategies, and we have the diagram here with the Velox roof window. Yeah, could take the overheated air out in summer. That's a view for that. That's a computer controlled sun shading system. That's the abstract Chinese garden. Lighting, sun shading system, and also interior of that with roof window. Yeah, and adequate natural lighting for most of the time.
Sung, can you try to finish your presentation in about 3-4 minutes?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Just the last case. Yeah,
Perfect.
you can see that that's in the hot region in China. It's you can say that it's kind of town hall. We quite conquer for the eco city. So making full use of sun shading system, natural lighting, and earth sheltered space for air conditioning. So you can see in the hot climatic conditions. So together embodied in the landscaping. So that's sun shading system with traditional Chinese yard system and natural lighting and ventilation always there. And not all the space of this building are air conditioned, only part of that. Because with the heavy sun shading system, with natural ventilation system, with help of the fans, so could be adequate for people to have some activities there. So that's the path to the open space. Yeah, the fans you can see. Yeah, and there's a water yard for microclimate conditions. And also another yard for lighting and ventilation. Sun shading system together, you can enjoy the view or landscaping. And also it's good for ventilation. Yes. So just several pictures. That's a cold lane in traditional South China. Yeah, it's kind of thin and tall yard. And that's landscaping together with architecture. The roof garden. Yeah, the landscaping. People can access this building. Yeah. And this building could be enjoyed by the users or the people nearby for 24 hours because it's open. Yes. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
If I'm correct, Song, you showed us that regardless of the budget, it's possible with smart decisions to make an active house, to make a smart house with every budget, right? Or a building, I should say. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. I quite agree with you on this point because talking about active house is kind of principles, towards the future for sustainable and also this morning have a topic about the new Bauhaus thing. That's quite inspiring also. Something beautiful, something sustainable will never goes together with something expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. We
Yeah,
go to
that's
some
correct.
questions from the audience here from Marco Imperadori.
Yes, Song, very quickly. I was the president of the award and I'm very much, amazed by your work. I love it.
Thank you.
And you're really matching the vision of Active House with the comfort, energy, environment and the one that you were mentioning, beautiful, sustainable, and together because many of your buildings are public. So many compliments.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank
Questions,
you.
remarks, compliments to Sung, or any comments on his projects? No? Yeah, I go to... Was there someone else? Congratulations, I hear in the audience. And a question
Okay,
from...
thank you so much.
And a question from Borislava Woodford, who is a policy analyst at the new Energy Bauhaus, new European Bauhaus.
Hi, Sam.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just wonder
Yeah,
if you
please.
work with Shigeru Bao. He's one of our personalities representing the initiative. He's the Japanese architect, Shigeru. He also has wonderful projects with bamboo. So maybe we should link you up and do certain things to promote the use of that material in Europe as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Perfect.
Great chance.
Is there anyone here in the audience who uses bamboo for projects? Yeah, here? No? Oh. Oh, question. Okay, you use bamboo, or is it a question? Okay. We've got some people using bamboo here as well, Song. Here's a question from...
Yeah, Tilman Klein. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm really inspired by your architecture. I have a question. Can you say something about the climatic background of the project they're in and about the comfort requirements you have in China?
Oh yeah, great. That's a great question. You give me some minutes to explain something.
just in a minute, Song.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, this project in Hainan, the average temperature is about around 20 degrees centigrade. And in some months, like August, the relative humidity is almost 80 or something, In this place could be totally open, just with sun shading, with something against the rainwater. That could be, and with natural ventilation could be helpful for people to work or to live outside, And the bamboo projects, the Fujian province, we call it hot in summer and cold in winter. And in winter months, the average temperature is around almost 10 degrees centigrade. And in summer months, it's about something like 28 degrees centigrade. It's not so cold in winter and not so hot in summer, relatively. But the humidity is very difficult to control. And also, we are lack of the codes and regulations for bamboo to use as ordinary, buildings with envelopes. We need fireproof. We need the structural codes and regulations. We are working on that.
Perfect. Thanks. He's happy with your answer. I see here a thumbs up. Last short question, or shall we move on? No, okay. Oh yeah, you had a question. Or the bamboo builder. Last question.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe one question about
Yeah.
bamboo, using bamboo, because it's beautiful
Yeah.
to see it used in constructions. Hopefully we can use it in Europe. I don't see it anywhere. Maybe because we are not familiar with using it in the construction. But we are using it now many times in the facades, and then it's compressed to dark planks. What do you think about
yeah.
that we use bamboo in the facades?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, we are not use the bamboos chopped directly from the hills. We have some extra procedures. It's not us, it's the contractor, the bamboo contractor. They have some procedures to boil the bamboos, to bake them, and to make it longer. The longevity always the problem for bamboo thing. With raw bamboo, maybe in 6 months or 3 months, depends. It will get stains, the color will turn, and will easy to break. But with that treatment, some contractors, they have the guarantee the longest for 30 years. And shortest I heard of that is for 15 years. And also, talking about facade, it's very difficult to answer. But talking about the bamboo thing, traditional Chinese timber architecture, they also have the principles to replace the tiny part of broken thing, not totally. And bamboo also could make the principle. If something wrong, just replace very easily.
So could you say that you're a fan of using bamboo for a facade? Is that a yes or a no?
It's a yes, big yes.
Big yes.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just think something about rainwater. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really short one then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, he's finished. Okay, perfect. Song-Ye Hao, thanks a lot for being here digitally with us. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's my honor. Great honor here. Thank you very much, Peter.
All right, we heard him already. We will move to the award ceremony, the Active House Alliance award ceremony. Marco Imperadori will present that, so give him a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here with all of you to the Active House Awards, which has been a long process, and I'm thankful to all the team involved, some of my students, a team, Nicole Di Santo was really helping, and all the team by Lone and Nadej, etc. Thank you. So, an award is always a moment when we have to share the quality of our work. And after 10 years, I think that, the Active House reached to a certain level of vision and dissemination and reality and reliability. But before seeing the result of this year, let's go back to last year, which was our 10th anniversary. And do I have the...
I'll give it to you.
Thank you. This one?
No, this one.
Oh, sorry.
And you will probably see a clock over there, gonna start, so you know a little bit the timing.
Thank you.
Perfect.
So you see, okay, this is today, and this was at least this year a part of the selection, because we had a lot of entries. We had to make a very difficult first shortlist, and then the nominees, etc. But I will speak about that later. I'm thankful to all the sponsors that has made this possible, this organization. But let's do this flashback to 2021. let's see some of the projects. This is a project that got a nomination, an award is designed, but I'm showing this to you because it's a center in Cremona, will be the first active house in Cremona. Cremona is in the south of Milano, in the north of Italy. And this will be the first center and active house for children with very, very rare disease, neurodegenerative and so on. And we are helping, my team is Politecnico also, and Gunther Gantioler and Active House Italy will also support. And they got an award. And you see the radar quite, of course, it's a design radar, and then we will see once it will be built, the final radar. From Ukraine, we gave a commendation also to this villa on the hillside. So we see different parts of the world are now feeling in a different way because the climate is different. We have seen also before some very beautiful things in China, but of course, bamboo you use in the south of the Yangtze River, not in the north, where it's too cold and you don't have any bamboo. So you use material where they are appropriate. That's why maybe we are not using now in Europe, because we don't grow that in Europe. So if we have to import from China, then it's expensive also in terms of LCA and so on. So we have also always to imagine what kind of material we use and the distance and so on, the procedure of growing it. This was another analysis of some other students. In this case, this is not Cremona, it's in Lecco. But you see, or these ones, these are some of my students, they try to transform my lab. My lab is in Milano, Vilux lab you can find on the Instagram. So they got the same shape, make it floating. Floating architecture is also a question now. You are masters of that in the Netherlands. But imagine the world, with the growing of the sea, how many coasts now in Italy, for example, we have a lot of coasts and ports already with infrastructure, and they can be transformed and to live also there. Why not? And move and be nomadic again, like we were. And we were the first time, we were very nomadic as a species, okay? And from China, many, many interesting cases, and cases which are about education, which is that together, the part of the new Bauhaus, okay? So sustainable, beautiful, and together because education brings us together. This is a beautiful project. I was really supporting this and very honest in the sense that the radar was showing a weakness that they had, and they were definitely showing it without cheating. I appreciate that. When I'm the president of the jury, I appreciate the reliability. But the beauty of this building, in a very difficult zone, Qinghai, Tibet, you can see, it's a school, and again, you see the beauty, the beautiful design, and in many cases, you see about energy, the very, very, cared, which is the main problem over there, of course, situation. And then this makes me happy because USA, they are not, so if you check before you've seen some pro capita, etc., they're always the worst, okay? If we all need to use the natural resource, and we all do like the Americans, we would need 7 planets. If we do in the world like us Europeans, we need 3 planets, so we are not that good at all. We always complain about India and China because there are many, but pro capita, we are much worse than them, okay? But it's good to see that USA, some of them, they are finally bringing back to some other ideas, very good radar, very impressive. And thanks to all the people that are cooperating with this association. And to share, because now I think, why I was really liking the design of Songyao, because you see, that architecture is taken not from international architecture, not from Western, but from China, a long heritage. And we can learn a lot, and they can learn a lot, and they can promote new architecture without copying the Western style, in this case, but taking ideas from their own DNA, what they have produced, which was produced vernacularly, thanks to the climate around and the culture. So this is, again, as you see, an Institute of Building Research, so a public building. Or this one in Ljubljana, a small house. So you see the target and the scale is very different. And also comparing them sometimes is difficult for the jury. This was the first active house, correct me, Lone, in Ljubljana. First active house in Slovenia. And this school, I love it. It's the Copenhagen International School is a masterpiece. For me, educational, again, building. You see all the facade. You just say, wow, it's beautiful. But that is a BIPV, Building Integrated Photovoltaics. I'm always against kind of technology which make us saving energy, but it's ugly, makes our city ugly. This not. This is just beautiful. We have just a beautiful design where energy makes a part of the beauty. Or this one is a typical case of renovation. We have seen that the stock is huge, etc. Look, one not renovated, one renovated with a greenhouse, a skylight, a curved deck, and other roof windows to create a chimney effect inside the building without showing it outside, for example. And let's come to the best overall of the 10 years that the jury voted is the Green Solution House in Bornholm. Some of you visited it because it has a new part and is also refurbishment. So these embody both and is totally sensorized by Leapcraft. We understand that the building is kind of cognitive. Building communicates with us, tell us how the radar is behaving in the time. So we are not only interested in the radar time zero. That's a declaration. What we are interested in is the running time radar. So how the radar really show how it works. And this is only possible thanks to sensors. But sensors, okay, are they so difficult to have? I don't think so. Think about your cars. Think about the cars 20 years ago. No sensors at all. Everything was by hand. And now you have sensors everywhere. And they're cheap. Sensor can help us to predict, even to predict how the building will behave. And they can help. So I'm very much for this kind of helping technology. So, my time is running, but I can see it because there is a strong light in my eye. I cannot see it. You tell me, stop. Okay, the jury was international as always, with a lot of very nice people, all nice people in that I'm really thankful. My friend Toshiki Hirano from the Kengo Kuma Lab, which is our great friend. Also, Kengo Kuma makes all the best to all of you here. Anne Strixma, okay, thank you very much, Anne. Thank you very much. She's here. Mariana is connected from University of L'Aquila, also partner Active House. Chong Liu, don't know if he is connected, but from China. Mauro Franzoni from Toronto, and Jette. Thank you very much, Jette. The jury was really, a very nice moment to be. We met 2 times before we selected the project, thanks to, as I mentioned before, the team led by Nicole Di Santo. And here you see one moment of the jury there. And let's start with the 44 project, as I was telling you, selected from the beginning, and then we had to select the shortlisted and then the nominees. You see, we divided into 2 categories. Transforming active spaces, designed with or without radar, or built with or without radar, and creating active spaces. So, renovation and new. This was already something you have seen already in the banner, some of the nominees. So these are the parameters that they are the core of Active House, the 3 streamlines, comfort, energy, environments, but also the way the building has been shown and the new Bauhaus mantra. So beautiful, sustainable, and together. Social, okay, whatever together is. Okay, something that is embodied. Okay, let's start with creating active spaces. Projects designed with the radar, only designed. So these were only designed, okay? These are the shortlisted, Core House, Service, Center Harbin. You can see they come from all over the world. Pyongyang, Daylight House 3, Phil House, Right, La Cour, Vialamburskini, and Closing the Gap. And this, you can see, the shortlisted group, very heterogeneous from where they come from to the style or the dimension of the building. And here we see the Amsterdam Green Heart gets a nominee, a commendation for creating active space. So I don't know if they are here. If they are here, they will get the nomination, the commendation. So if you are here, please come on the stage. I ask to come here to join me, maybe Yves? You can. So, if you can give the commendation and I can go on and don't lose time to show you the project, beautifully inserted in the landscape. The jury was really keen about this beautiful quality of light and the fact that contact inside, outside with the nature. You see, you have the chance to be in a beautiful place if you really do it. So, and we very much appreciated the quality and the precision. And also the approach to the radar, again, with such a honesty, you are a bit weak in a couple of points. Maybe going on with the project, you can even implement them. So many compliments. I'm very, very keen on this project. Thank you, thank you. So the second one, Field House A, okay, is in Kiev. You see the house, you see it there. I don't know if have we here somebody from this project? No, so I ask Alexander Kusheravi, please to come for this commendation. You can see the architects Brovarnik and Alexander, and we are very happy to give this commendation. You see the project is a single family house, again, with a nice exposition. You see the radar there, which is quite very nicely done. I tell you one thing you have to tell them, that in the section, they put the PV on the contrary. This was just an error of drawings, it's clear, because the sun comes on the back of the PV. So, but minor thing. The project was valuable in terms of all the analysis. You see the radar very, very carefully done with quite a big impact. Okay, and then now let's come to the winner of the category, and I ask also Jette to come and join Yves to give the prize as representative of the jury and now chair of the Board of Advisory Committee, isn't it? Okay, so this is, okay, the plaque, sorry, the plaque we not give to the design, only to the built ones, okay? Okay, to them we give this one and not the plaque, okay? So the winner is for the clear integration of contemporary architecture in an existing building project or site. Materials, performances, and spaces are very well designed. The winner is in project in Wuppertal. These are 3 students that I know from Politecnico di Milano. Taslim Niak from Iran, okay? Salma Bonaresi and Mana Nemati. Okay, they are not here, so I ask Graziana to come and get the prize. And, okay? And Nicole, come also with Graziana. You get a prize together. Come on, you get a picture together then. So you can bring to your friends if you know them. Okay, so you see the project. It's an insertion in a gap. There is a gap. It was a competition. They built a wood house in the middle. You see with the attica on the top with PV. Interior space, very well done. The drawings are also very professionally done. And the radar is quite, big in terms of performances. So thank you very much, and you will bring this back to Milano to them. So let's get to the second. My time. Okay, second, transforming active space, build project with radar. Okay, so this is about transforming, is built, is with radar, so the winner will get the plaque. Okay, in this case. Okay, this is for the winner. Let's keep it for the winner. Okay. Okay, so here we see the selection, okay, of all the building here. And these are the buildings. No, this is without radar. It's not with radar. It's without. Sorry, there was an error. So this is without radar. I remember the project. Sorry. My fault. I recognize the project. Beautiful, all of them, but without radar. So I asked them, please, to go on with radar because you see a variation, a beautiful, with a lot of hints. And here we see this project get a commendation, Daoxing CU. Anybody from China? Lone, you get it, the prize to bring to them? Who is You want to Guo Qianling? So we ask Lone to come on the stage. I show you the project. Look how beautiful, small courtyard. A lot of feng shui or feng shui if you are south of China. You see the orientation of the house, the protection, looking towards, the good orientation with this beautiful courtyard, which reminds the past, but in a very clean and contemporary way. And also the second, Lone, you can stay there and get the commendation to this other project in Beijing. Again, commendation, the E-Park is a shared workspace, beautifully done with a double level, very simple, but a lot of light inside, and you see the quality of design coming from China, higher and higher in the top quality, I have to say. Okay, so now let's go to the first, the winner. Okay, I ask also Anne to come and join, so another juror together with, so we have all the jury staying. You can sit if you can stay or sit all together to participate for the important reuse and integration of materials, enhancing the environmental quality as well as the social inclusion with affordable and beautiful spaces. And the winner is this project is from Canada, the Batawa, Ontario, and the BDQ quadrangle, you see double dam architects are the designer, and you see there the building here is very articulated. Do we have somebody from Canada? Oh, applause. Okay. Congratulations, this project was really, really inspiring. You see here the beautiful of the design inside, outside. I hope that you will go on maybe applying the radar and calculate also in the active house, this building to see how, because this was an ex aequo. You are ex aequo here with another project, so now we have the second one, but we really enjoyed that. Jette, you want to say something about this project?
Yes, I really recommended this because of its, you can say, the constraints with the economy, and I think you made the best out of what was available. So the whole social aspect is also commemorated.
And as a prize, I give you the book that I've written, together with Lone and other people, Graziano Salvarai from Politecnico, Ariana Brambilla from Sydney University, our partner, and Federica Brunone, my former PhD, is Active House, Smart Nearly Zero Energy Building. And so I hope this maybe will help to calculate the radar. Thank you. Okay. So the ex aequo is for the very elegant integration between contemporary architecture and heritage, space quality, and the technical approach. Is this beautiful small renovation building that you see there. Okay, you see all of them were renovation buildings, so all of them very interesting, but this one looked the quality of the old structure, very, very finely renewed, a lot of detailing, some again, energy calculation, etc., to provide a better environment. But this building was really, I think, also respecting such an old culture. So we give this commendation. I think nobody is here from this project, so we have to send to Guoqian Ling, okay? So now let's go to build project with radar. So this is about transformation of active space. So now it's built and with radar, sorry, now there is a plaque to give. So this, at least, we give. So, this is why we gave this prize, a stunning example of how a building can be transformed thanks to a very special material, the light. Light is a material of design. The new space looks amazing in terms of articulation and the possibility to have stack effect and ventilation thanks to the presence of the roof windows. An example that matches the new European Bauhaus values. And the winner is, from Ukraine, is Alexander Kusheravi. Beautiful project. So, you get... Yes, yes, I will give him 5 minutes now, or to say something, of course. So here you see the building was shown also in section B. It's on the top, a penthouse with a lot of, you see all the calculation, double level building with not such a quality before and after it. You see Alexander there. The roof is the real facade, but inside the space is totally transformed. The radar you see from before, afterwards, so using the radar as a parameter to show to the client how it can be, implemented. I hope you like the graphics on top, the colors. Yeah. Because the colors are also here. In the Airbird is yellow, and the blue is a Politecnico t-shirt. So you have the Airborne, and yes, together
I need
we have the color.
Now, yes, it's very valuable. So, thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you so much. Do you want to say something from any other from the jury here that I left out? No, okay. No. So we are some of the representatives, so we are here. If you want to say something about this. You, Jette, you, Anne. Please. Anne, please, Anne, come. Don't be shy.
Well, you saw the pictures. They speak for themselves. It's a beautiful project. I think it's very conscientious for the residents, how they live there, how they interact with nature, with light, with ventilation, etc., etc. So just beautifully done. Congratulations.
Now we have a couple of 5 minutes, let's say. Yes. Tell us something, because I was saying while we were before giving the prize that we are builders. We love to build, which is the contrary of the war. The war is destroying. We love to build. So we are really philosophically thousands of years distance of people with the mind of destroyers. And also yesterday when we were discussing about this maybe possible idea of project, instead of war, the contrary is raw. To make raw buildings effective to rebuild Ukraine, and raw could mean rebuild an active world in Ukraine. And for all of us, building something, we are building ourselves. Building something that matches the values of Active House and New Bauhaus, we'll build ourselves. We will help you.
Thank you so much, Marco. So I used just 5 minutes to do my mission today. to support Ukraine, it may be to support my suggestion to you from the morning, how you can help to support Ukrainians and support the fight for freedom. Dear colleagues, please switch on them. Just short movie for you, just 1 minute and a few slides. Dear colleagues, switch on the movie, please.
Hello, world. I am Ukraine. I wanted to tell you about myself so we could get to know each other better. On a warm summer day on August 24th, 1991, I was born. I'm only 30, but my roots are strong, extending deep into history. My ancestors were wise and brave and instilled in me a rich culture that shaped who I am. I have my own language, my own traditions, my own cuisine. I have seas and meadows, rivers, deserts, fields and forests. I am a beautiful woman. And my children are strong, brave, talented, smart, witty, creative, friendly, and free in spirit. I am proud of them, just as every mother is proud of her children. Proud of their inventions, their achievements, their creativity, and their diligence. Yes, I have more than 40 million of them, and like in every large family, they did not always find a common language, but our happy moments always outweighed the bad. All my years have cultivated in them a love for freedom and a desire to be free. But now, war has fallen on my family. Forces are trying to destroy me and my children's freedom, to crush it forever. As in past generations, we faced severe trials. Dark times have fallen upon us again, and my children are forced to protect us, their homes and their families, which they do skillfully despite the difficulties, because we are a real family, united together, supporting each other with our bravery and strength. Today, we fight, but we're not afraid. That's not how we were raised. We will stand, I know it. My wounds will heal, and my children will live peaceful lives once more. My name is Ukraine, and I thank you, world, for your support. We will persevere, and when this is all behind us, I'll invite you for a visit. See you soon.
Glory of Ukraine. Just Marco, give me a clicker for just a few slides of my presentation. Something has wrong with fonts, but it's okay also. We discussed on the breakfast with Marco what is the way to show you Ukraine now from my side. And I'll try to show you a bit from the story of my friends, from my colleagues, and from, I hope, existing active house buildings in Ukraine. So it's our active house symposium, not active house symposium, active house days in Ukraine, where we officially launched Active House Academy in Kiev. So it's my family, it's my team, it's more than 100 alumni of Active House Academy. And these slides is just, I would like to show that it was very easy for me, like an educator, to show Ukrainians how to build sustainable architecture. We have in Ukraine only 16 hours course for sustainable architecture, active house basic course. And immediately we started to be shortlisted in all active house awards from 2018. It's just a provement that it is. So, and even we won a prize in Canada in 2020, in Active House Symposium the 7th. So, today I would like to show these guys. It's my friends today also, but it was my students somewhere. It's just a few 8 days before the war. We are on these active house apartments in this project, and we didn't really expect it. We didn't really believe that it's possible in our country. But it is. But I hope that I have an opportunity to glue this active house label to these apartments, I hope. But the situation in this district nearly is like on this picture. Also, we had really nice project of active house, a short, small conference hall in hotel in Irpen, and today it looks like this, unfortunately. But in any case, it exists, and now we are trying to find opportunities to rebuild this house also. And not far from this house, on this place, we built nice active house pavilion for gathering and for education for our academy. It's this, and the owner of this house told me that it's already fine. So, Optima House, it's the first active house in Ukraine. It's okay, so it's not a big damage of this, but it's really. It's my friend, it's Yakov. Today he's in army. For this reason, I would like to repeat it's a request, I discussed with colleagues in break, it's a suggestion. Because really I have more than 100 talented and extremely motivated Ukrainian architects from our Active House Academy. And if you're really looking for some architects or engineers, you can ask me. Some of them are in Europe and some of them are in Ukraine now. But they have a possibility to work. And it helps us a lot to not only support ourselves, but also support our country. Because today we have enough, like my friend Yakov, warriors to protect our country. But we need to support our economy also. And the job also helps us to back us to life and to save our mental health also. For this reason, it's just a small presentation of Ukraine. Thank you for your support. All will be fine. Do not. Just a small story. Final story. It's my lovely story because a lot of my friends and colleagues in Europe ask me, "Oh, you're so confident that Ukraine will win?" And I explain them the next story. My girlfriend Anna, when the war has started, she back to her mother and another city from Kiev. And the first words, what she had from her mother, not, "How are you, my dear daughter? How do you feel?" The first words was, "Where we can find a weapon." For this reason, Ukraine will win. But just if you have a possibility, support this period us. Thank you so much.
Okay, so get your prizes. Thank you very much. And we all are looking forward to see this plaque exactly there. And you have the two colors, the birds there. Come on. Thank you very much. So it was very touching. Let's go back. We still have 10 minutes. We will make it. We will make it. Don't worry. So my assistant's there for the prize. Okay, Nadesh. Okay, so now creating active spaces. Build project without radar. So they are built, but without radar. Nice projects, nice buildings. You see the selection here, many of them, from all over the world again. And you see here the variation from China to Switzerland to Austria to the Netherlands, etc. So the first commendation gets to Guangzhou, south of China. And you see the Ersha Island, Man Lapfong. I don't think there is somebody here. It's quite a big building you see over there with a very dynamic design, quite interesting in all the strategies you see there. It has these courtyards with the overhang of the balcony. They create shadows in Guangzhou. You're at the tropics almost. So the strategy you see there, it was very cared in terms of this. Quite a lot of humidity, but they care. Another commendation, maybe they are here, Rock Zero. Are they here? Oh, Rock Zero commendation. You see it here for the Creating Active Space. A very beautiful building. You get a commendation there. I want to shake hands because I really like and support this building. With you can see outside the system, mind the back, don't fall down. With a steel structure, system of steel structure, rock wool insulation, and nice with this greenhouse you see, with an outside lattice ventilated facade or rock panel, I don't know what it is. And inside you see the double level that creates the stack effect. So the building seems to be compact, but the fact that it's so organized, the space creates this stack effect and the possibility to catch the energy in the winter and to ventilate in the summer. Another commendation goes to Switzerland. The Stabio building, you see there is a multi-family building. We are very happy. We have now the chapter of the SUPSI, Lugano University, as a partner. And this building you see has a facade also with insulation and cork. Cork stays visible. This is a picture of the real building you see there, with BIPV frontal, in this case, these kind of panels. And you see also, you're almost finished the building, so they submitted it with a design, and then you see the real picture with these balconies and the facade that gives. It's very simple in a way, with some retail space here and living. So, and a green roof. They are not here, I don't think so. So maybe, again, Lone, would you get it from them and send it to Francesco Frontini? So. And now, for the elegant design, the quality of spaces and the overall strategy applied, the social aspect of the process matches the vision of togetherness of New European Bauhaus, as well as the beautifulness and sustainability aspect. The winner is from Austria. This is the building. Applause to Bikes and Rails. They are not here, the Austrians, so we give also, Lone gets also this prize, and we have to send it. So, Lone, you get the world prize. Oh, maybe, oh, yes. Some books for the one they come, for the one not, we don't give. Okay, so some picture of the building. Why we love this so much? Because you see the fact that they have a private room, but a public space they share together. We have to stay together. We were so distant during the pandemic, and now we need to stay together. Like today, people love to stay together. Technology helps us for something, to be resilient, but then we love to go back and stay together. And here, this picture is beautiful because it's a common space that to be shared in the balcony. And many other features of this building, which was very interesting. So now let's get to creating active spaces, build project with radar, so we have the label. Yes? So, first of all, here you see many selected, and okay, here you see the big variation from Italy, from the Netherlands. You see the small sports hall there. Who deserves a commendation? I don't know, while at the end we haven't given, but that sports, I loved it, that sports hall from SUP. A big library there, a museum in China, so we have many different ones. You see, okay, this is the first commendation that we will give to the Museum of Guangting, the Wetland Museum. You see quite a big building with this facade, with a common space, with a nice garden outside, beautiful light, and you see the strategy with some PV, with a green roof, etc. So it was radar, again, very honest, with some weakness, but was declared. So they could have been better there, but they are honest in a way, so we appreciate the honesty in this case. Another commendation, yes, given to this small sports hall that we have seen before from the SUP office, Atelier. So, Song Yao, you see here, he has already explained, I don't explain anymore, but you see it with your eyes, the beauty of this, and again, a bit of the weakness here, but, you know, clearly declared. And then let's go to the winner. For the overall strategy applied and the radar calculated to a cultural building, the quality of tight spaces and material, as well as the master plan design are top quality. The winner is Chinese, is the library that you see here in Hangzhou. You see a very big building, the library is over there, floating on the water, so a big building with a very high quality in terms of design, in terms of quality of light, the togetherness, the beautiful that we have seen before, and the sustainability, because the radar here is quite consistent. So, I don't think they are here, so again, the plaque, Lone, you get a plaque, so sorry. Okay. So, now we have left 5 minutes. We are just in time, almost in time, because we will have another moment, maybe later. So the winner, overall winner of Active House 2022. This is the overall winner of the whole category, because the jury at the end takes a winner, and the winner takes it all, okay? So this is a quotation, quote. The building wives the Active House criteria of comfort, energy, environment, and new European Bauhaus values. This creates a simple but elegant environment that can be replicated as a strategy model with a well-examined circularity. Interior spaces are full of light and beauty for a very well-proportionate facade. The winner is Netherlands, is this building, is Nij Verda. And you see here, so please, come here to join the plaque, yes. We have the plaque and we have the winner. So many compliments. We really, and of course, you may have noticed that thank you. One of the sponsors is involved, both Novum, but the jury doesn't care at all who is involved or not. I think, and yes, because otherwise you penalize because there is a sponsor. So this is just a beautiful building. I hope they don't do like Formula One. So don't do it. I give you also one. You too, with great pleasure. Take a picture. I still have 3 minutes. So many compliments. Do you want to say something about your project?
Say something, if you want.
You have 1 minute.
Oh, we didn't prepare acknowledgement in English, so I'll give it a try. Yes. Yeah, can I do it in Dutch? Yeah, if you don't mind. Nou, in vergelijking met de oorlog in Oekraïne is dit ja, waardeloos mag ik eigenlijk niet zeggen. We zijn er waanzinnig blij mee, laten we dat vooropstellen. Het filmpje wat ik net zag, dat gaf me buikpijn. En ja, laat wel zien waar het echt om gaat. Desondanks zijn we echt blij met deze award. Ja, we hebben best een tijd op zitten, Bas. Vanaf 2015 waren we al aan het nadenken over wat is nu eigenlijk een Active House. En als je ziet waar we vandaan komen en hoe lang we hebben doorgezet, ja, dan is dit een geweldige pluim. Ja, Gerrit is er niet bij vandaag, mijn collega, samen met Richard, Gerrit en ik, ja, we zijn eigenlijk de geestelijk vader van deze woning. Ja, we hebben doorgezet, we hebben veel tegenslagen gehad de afgelopen tijd en we hebben in 2020 deze mooie woning gebouwd. Dadelijk in een breakout sessie kan ik er nog iets meer over vertellen, dus degene die geïnteresseerd is, bent van harte welkom op die sessie. Ja, waanzinnig bedankt.
Thank you. How do you say bird in Dutch? Bird.
Bird, vogel. Vogel. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And air? Lucht. Vogel. I give a look vogel, which is a sensor designed by GXN, 3XN,
yes,
and Leapcraft. I think this measures the CO2 and is very, you know, we use in the school, we use in the houses. When it starts singing, the CO2 level, which CO2 has any smell, you have to open the windows or to have some other system, which is very educative. I think this is clear, simple of beautifulness, sustainability, and help us to stay together in a nice place, comfortably.
Really?
That's for you.
Thank you very much.
Put it in the office. Put it in the office and send us a picture, okay? You do. You put it in the office and send us a picture. So it's 1 minute 30, and I am well in advance to the end. You were checking me, yeah? But thank you for your attention. Do we have something else from the Dutch? No, it's okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you all. You have seen the overall quality. We will upload all of them on the website. And by the, let's say, imitation, emulation, or comparison, I think you as a designer can do that or even better. I wish this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Just a short translation from. Oh, you can take one. Go for it. Go for it. You guys can have a stroopwafel as well. Congratulations with the prize. Just a short translation. You had a little bit of like a buikpijn. Stomach ache with the situation in Ukraine and winning this prize, like putting things into in perspective. Thanks a lot for your words. Gerrit is the. Gerrit is not here, but you want to give acknowledgement to Gerrit as well. If you want to know more about their project, you have a breakout session coming up, right? So, session G. So, if you're triggered, if you want to know more, get to them in session G. Congratulations. All right. After this award ceremony, we move on with the expansion of Active House. Active House is an alliance internationally, but new countries join as well. So we have the UK who is going to launch here officially, if I'm correct, right? So please, Emma Miller, Neil Freshwater, and David Birkbeck, get on stage and share us the UK Active House story. I've got a handheld here as well, so you can use that mic.
Yeah, cool. All right, thank you very much. And thank you very much to Active House and Active House Netherlands for a fantastic symposium and for allowing us a few minutes just to kind of say hello. My name is Neil Freshwater, and I'm joined by David Birkbeck and Emma Miller. So this is really just a chance to say hello and to, I suppose, launch the Active House UK chapter. We were thinking about this a couple of years ago with a plan to launch at the Symposium back in 2020. Of course, Symposium 2020 didn't happen, but here we are, 2022. And myself and Paul Hicks, who's one of our board members, we're kind of working away in the background over the last few years, and at the start of this year when we realized things were starting to open up, and thanks also to the online symposium last year, a lot of people started saying, we'd like to get a chapter set up in the UK. So I'm delighted to say that we now have a fantastic board. We've formed a new company, a not-for-profit company, but literally about sort of 2 weeks ago. So this is very much the start of our chapter. But what we found was when we scraped the surface and started talking to people in the UK about Active House, there seems to be a lot of appetite. But I am delighted that two of the board members are here today to just talk for a few minutes each. Emma Miller, who is an architect of many years' experience, and currently on a study break doing a master's program in housing, and David Birkbeck, who runs a small not-for-profit in the UK, which advocates for good design in housing in the United Kingdom. And what they're going to talk about is just two very, very different examples of how we think Active House has a role in the UK. Emma, over to you.
Thank you, Neil. I'll be promoting the Active House ethos in Scotland. We have a very ambitious target. We want to get to net zero by 2045, 5 years ahead of everybody else. We have our own decarbonisation strategy, which is distinct from the other nations of the UK. And whilst we're no longer part of a member state of the EU, we very much want to keep pace with the European Performance of Buildings Directive. So I'm very happy to be here today with my neighbours across the North Sea and beyond to take stock of the challenges and the opportunities of the renovation wave. Scotland's government has a position on the balance between energy efficiency or fabric first measures and decarbonising the heating source. It's actually weighted towards the latter, seeing it as a mass move from fossil fuel reliant systems to low and zero emissions heating in tandem with achieving a good standard of energy efficiency across all buildings. The best should not be the enemy of the good, said Voltaire. The ultra energy efficient approach over the last few decades has had unintended consequences on the health of people and the impact on the environment, with the lack of consideration given to the provision of daylight, fresh air, and connection to nature, and the use of energy-intensive and pollutive materials having the potential to jeopardize the health of people in their homes. There now needs to be a more holistic approach to climate change that considers sustainable design from a broad perspective, focusing on energy sufficiency, climate adaptability, ecological responsibility, as well as on livability, health and well-being. In Scotland, 75% of housing is owner-occupied, with many of us living in old stone-built properties. Whilst our social housing sector is leading the path to net zero, Sector 75, as we are known, is thought to be hard to reach and hard to treat. Behind me are some snapshots of a good example. At an elevation of 386 metres and with an annual mean temperature of 6.76 degrees, The village of Lead Hills in southern Scotland is the highest and the coldest place to live in Scotland. It has been a major lead and gold mine until the 1930s, and its legacy includes the Miners' Library, which is the oldest lending library in the world. You'll see it on the far left bottom. This has fostered a desire for self-improvement in the village, which continues to this day. They now want to be the greenest village in Scotland, or the greenest place to live. At the moment, people burn coal, oil, or wood to heat their homes, but as we know, this must stop. The village, like much of rural Scotland, is off the gas grid, so hydrogen is not an option. Air source heat pumps have been tried out, but they've been ruled out due to the low temperature, and people don't really want the ugly pumps outside their cottages. But there is the potential of geothermal technologies, either with ground source heat pumps or using water in the disused mines. In this sense, water could become the new gold. With the onus then on the heat source to decarbonise the village, sufficient building fabric measures can be deployed using local and natural materials, such as sheep's wool insulation, of which there is an abundance, and hygroscopic lime plaster inside the walls. And the new mature technologies can be then integrated, such as inset PV panels, smart roof lights, and windows with assisted natural ventilation, following Renault Active principles. So this is the opportunity for Active House in Scotland. So from the remote rural in Scotland, I will hand you over to David.
Thank you. Can I have that? So when you're following good speakers like Marco or Peter or something, you can't compete. The only way you can beat them, or at least compete with them, is to show some kind of medium that they can't be. And I don't think even Marco can pretend to be a film. So I'm going to show you a film of a scheme in Britain, which I think is very similar, I suppose, to the type of thing that Active House is about. It's about daylighting quality, thermal comfort, access to nature. But I suppose the big difference is it's also about replication. This is a factory where they are now building houses. They're building thousands of them a year. And, you know, the good news is if this is a sort of Active House radar type of compliance scheme, then we're going to be getting thousands of them. So are you able to run the film?
The delivery side of housing is quite simple. It's been done for decades in the same way. We can build the housing infrastructure quite easily. Building the community is a lot more complex, and Splash have taken a different approach by bringing in someone like Civic Square, who are based on the barge over there, and they really focus on bringing in the local community, which isn't probably seen as affluent as people who are buying the houses. We're bringing them together to get them involved in what we do here and all the different aspects of the site, and making them feel as though they belong and can come in here as it's theirs. It's public open space. It's for all of us to share. So it's trying to break down the barrier of having a haves and have-nots, which is completely against what I think the whole Port Loop ethos is.
The landscaping is kind of what makes it a lot more different to your traditional kind of Taylor Wimpey schemes and other large house builders. I think the landscaping has taken quite a lot of time, and there's been meticulous design, lots of meetings to discuss the infinite details that exist in terms of having a real variety of flora and fauna on site. And that's something, for example, going forward to phase 3, we're very much concentrating on that and really honing in on the landscaping and how we can make the community gardens and the outside space really striking and really create a sense of place through having all the different types of wildlife that you can see here in one of the communal gardens. Something that's massively different here, I'd say, compared to other schemes would be the fact that all the pods of the houses are built in sections. So each floor is built as a section and all prefabricated in the factory. So when they do that, it's down to the level of detail of all the plumbing's done, all the electric's done, tiling is put on the walls, doors are installed, everything is done, then literally hoisted up onto a massive lorry and then driven to site from Alfreton over in Derby. So that's what makes this scheme so different, and that part actually making the houses and getting them here to site is actually shorter than all the groundworks and foundation works itself. Got townhouse, which is here, all made in the factory, and we've also got brick house just up the way there, which is traditionally built by a contractor on site. So due to COVID, obviously it happened last year, we found that despite brick house starting before the second phase of the townhouses being on site, it actually finished after those were completed, which was quite shocking. And it just proved that in the factory they were able to cope a lot better compared to the traditional builder who's on site, who has all the different contractors, subcontractors and suppliers, whereas in the factory they were able to just kind of tweak their systems and processes a little bit and continue working in the same way. The key aspect with the roof lines that you can see at the moment, it's almost playing on the sense of having a traditional house with your double pitched roof. It represents more than that. So you've actually got the capacity with all of the houses to have solar PV panels fitted, which will obviously improve your overall EPC and the thermal rating of the property too, as well as how you get your hot water. Also on the top floor, it just presents a very nice kind of slight, not double height ceilings, but a higher ceiling height than your traditional house. So again, it just gives you that real sense of space, and just having a really nice top floor space that feels a lot more light and airy than a kind of traditional, quite boxy looking house.
I think that the way they've worked with the canal line, they've stepped the houses back, which gives a little bit of privacy from each unit next door, and the way they've built the balconies and the big bay window, sort of floor-to-ceiling window that protrudes out, it gives the buildings a bit of depth and a bit of character. As you come along on the canal, actually, you can see it a lot clearer. You get the Deliveroo guys asking, saying, "Oh, these look different." You get the Sainsbury's delivery guys saying, "Oh, these are interesting houses. How do they work?" And explain to them that they come on the back of a wagon, that they're built off site. Site to occupation can be as quick as 6 weeks. That they're quite impressed with the technology behind it.
So that's it from us. Thanks very much. It's the start of our journey, so please do, if you have any contacts who would be interested in coming on board with the Active House in the United Kingdom, please let us know. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. That's bringing us to short coffee break, tea break, whatever you like, maybe some daylight. And after that, we will have more breakout sessions. You'll see them here, G from our guys from over there, including them, and another presenter. So please make sure that you go to the right place for your favorite breakout session. If you signed up, you will find it. If you did not sign up, you will probably find a spot in that room. After the breakout session, it will be drinks, networking in the foyer, where we've been before. Good to know Ranson is the sponsor of that, so you can cheers on them. And good to know we will do not a really formal, but an informal day closing over there. So we will not come back here, but we will do that over there, combining the drinks. So I would say it's 4 o'clock now. I would say we start 4:15 with the breakout sessions. So we have 15 minutes coffee break, tea break, and then we move on. Enjoy the breakout session and see you back at the networking drinks moment.